Greetings. Hello, friends. Hey. What's up, Ross? Good to see you back in the space. That's wonderful. Welcome back, Bill, out in California. Hey, Bill. With the bass, with the booming bass, we always make sure we can hear all those tunes from here, whether the speaker's on or not. Messiah, I see you in the room. Welcome, welcome. Lizzie. Greetings, Sweeney Goddess. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Oh, Julian, you're sitting with my best friend in the celestial sphere, the moon. Welcome to you and my friend, the moon. Ike, greetings. How are you? Peace, peace, please. Yes, and please, Ike, for real, okay? Xanadu, I see you. Greetings. Been a while. Good to see you back, man. Good to see you back. I see Dee Allen is in the room with us. Glad to see you returning to us. Bianca's joining. Wendy. Greetings, everybody. So I am the host for the evening, Ray Jane, as we usually do every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We give the folks a little time to jump into the room. And while they are trickling in, they get greetings, right? So they know that they're welcome here. And then I see them. Hi, Alex. Greetings. Welcome to the room. Nancy is here with us as well. Always keeping us uplifted. Kel, I see you. I see them in the room as well. Greetings to everyone. Mariella, I see you. Thank you for being here. We'll give folks just a few more minutes to come in. Feel free to greet each other in the chat. I see some hearts already dropping. We love to see that. Absolutely. All right, cool. We'll give it another minute or so. And welcome to the folks out there in Facebook and YouTube land as well. Didn't want to leave you out of the greeting. Okay. In just a bit, I'll also be dropping the guaranteed list and we'll kind of get into our expectations, our hopes, our dreams for the evening. Okay. Cool. Awesome, awesome. All right, cool. All right, well, no time like the present, folks, right? So, like I said, I am It's Ray Jane, ITSRAYJANE, and I am your host for the evening. This is your Thursday night online open mic presented to you by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We are here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, bringing you a plethora of artistry, including music, poetry, comedy. We want everything that represents you artistically. So we know how to dream, so we know how to create alongside you and also to lift you in your practice. So here we have an open mic that consists of a bunch of dope artists, each of which having 3 minutes to share their particular brand of beauty. And that's 20 people on the guaranteed list. So that means those folks who signed up 24 hours ahead of time, that's 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night, since we're at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night tonight. You know, the math is mathing if you think about it, all right? So those folks who did make it in to sign up are on our guaranteed list. There's usually about 20 of those, but fear not, if you did not make it, you did make it here. And if you made it here with us in the Zoom rooms and you would like to share, there is such a thing called the good luck round. So we usually try to fit about 5 to 10 people on there so that we can have a chance to hear you if you got some last minute fire burning in your soul, okay? So those of you who don't see yourself on the guaranteed list, which I will drop right about now, boom, then you can hit me in the private message and let me know that you would like to join the good luck round and we will try to get you on. For those folks who are performing this evening, please put your pronouns and your IG handles in the boxes with you. If you know your name is usually a little bit more unique than the average name, please give me grace because I will be asking you how to say it so I do not mispronounce you. We just want to make sure that we give you the respect that you deserve in this room, and certainly your first home being your name. Okay. Now, if you do this artistry thing all the time and this is your gig, baby, this is your thing, and you have a PayPal link or a Venmo and you'd like for us to contribute to your art, please also put that in the chat when you are going up. Let us know what you've been doing, how we can follow you, etc. If something happens technically, don't freak out. It's okay. Relax. It's the Zoomverse. Things happen. Just log off, log back on. Let me know you're here. We get you back on. We like to hear the entirety of what you have to say, because this is a love space, okay? And in keeping with that, only real room in the room. Only real rule in the room. Say that 7 times fast, right? There is no disrespect here. We will not have hateful content. We will not have you unmuting and saying wild things that could be misperceived or perceived clearly as disrespect. We will have to boot you. And as I say every week, don't get cute and get the boot, because myself and Advocate of Words, our Monday night host and doer of all things, we'll have him on later, will remove you. We don't want to have to do that, but we will protect this space, just so you know. And we ask that you do the same. Let us know if you see anything that doesn't sit well in your spirit so we can take care of it. Cool. And while we're making love with our words to each other, we also have to give grace and thanks to the folks that make this possible for us to create safe spaces amongst each other. And our sponsors include the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust. Thank you for what you do so we could do what we do, okay? If you want to add yourself to that list and make a tax-deductible donation, hit us up at theneweurekan.org/contribute or Cash App, $ y'all, New Eurekan Poets Cafe. All right, so that's it. That's all the boring stuff. It's out of the way so we can get to what we really came here for, which is the art. Okay, so for those of you who just got into the room, I previously dropped the chat. I will drop it once again for those folks who just trickled in. Okay, and we will get going. We have a beautiful list in front of us. I'm excited to be here with you. Oh, I see some beautiful faces. Kimlin, hi Kimlin. I'm excited to hear everything that you have to share with us tonight. And let's get started. Let's get going. Y'all good? Y'all ready? And get some thumbs up in y'all boxes. What's up? Okay, cool. I see you. I see your hands and your beautiful faces. Okay, so we are going to start off the night with Mr. Tezazomo. If I can find you. Are you here with us tonight? Let's see. I don't think he's in the room just yet. So when he gets in here, then we will go ahead and get to him. Y'all know how we doing here. We go along with the flow. Go with the flow, right? The list is fluid-ish, kind of. Nick Diaz is usually next, and he's not here yet either. That's all right. You know what? It's a multicultural group. We are all here doing what we need to do. Real life happens, right? So we make space and we give grace. We say there's no such thing as late. Everyone arrives when they're supposed to be here, and we are good with that. So let's see who we do have up in the room, because we're going, you know what, I'm just going to choose somebody, because that's how I feel. That's how I feel tonight. So, Joski, I don't know if you are ready. I don't think he is. Nope, he's not ready. That's cool. That's all right. I see Bill here on this list, Bill Elkins, and I know Bill is in the room because we saw him just a bit ago. Or maybe he's not in the room anymore. Wow, today is crazy. Y'all gonna deal with me. Okay, that's all right. Oh, there he is. I'm like, I know my eyes have not betrayed me. Okay, so let's start off the night with some music. Okay, we're gonna bring ourselves in. Let our other family join us when they decide to come on in, all right? Bill, I'm gonna ask you to unmute and go ahead and let the folks know where they can find you and what you got to share.
Okay, thanks, Ray Jane. Good to see you again. Anyway, I can be found on Midwestern Bill on IG. I'm gonna do a cover song today. Bob Dylan song, one of my favorites. Most of my favorite songs of Bob's are basically ones he wrote earlier in his career, which means some of you may not have heard them, but anyway, I hope you like it. It's called A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. He wrote this in conjunction with the Cuban Missile Crisis back in the 60s. So anyway, I hope you like it. Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I've walked and I've crawled on 6 crooked highways. I've stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's a hard rains are gonna fall. Oh, what did you see, my blue-eyed son? Oh, what did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby without rules around it. I saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers a-bleeding. I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. And it's a hard rains are gonna fall. And what did you hear, my blue-eyed son? And what did you hear, my darling young one? I've heard the sound of a thunder, it roared out a warning. Heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. Heard 100 drummers whose hands were a-blazing. Heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. Heard one person starve, I heard many people laughing. Heard the song of a poet who died in the gutter. Heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. It's a hard rains are gonna fall. Oh, who did you meet, my blue-eyed son? Who did you meet, my darling young one? I met a young child besides a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. met one man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded with hatred. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard rains are gonna fall. Who would you do now, my blue-eyed son? Oh, what will you do now, my darling young one? I'm going back out before the rain starts a falling. I'll walk to the depths of the deepest glass forest, where the people are many and their hands are all empty, where the pellets of poison are flooding their waters, where the home in the valley meets the damp, dirty prison, where the executioner's face is always well hidden, where hunger is ugly, where souls are forgotten, where black is the color, where none is the number. And I'll tell it and think it and speak it and breathe it and reflect it from the mountain so all souls can see it. Then I'll stand on the ocean until I start sinking, but I'll know my song well before I start singing. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rains are gonna fall. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, thank you, Bill, for bringing us in with some music. Everybody, please unmute yourselves and give them some love.
Oh, hard rain. Oh,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
go.
Love Dylan. Great job.
Thank you so much. I needed music.
Always go. Good.
We needed the music. That's such a fact, okay? Vibrations move things and people. So we appreciate you for bringing us some vibrations tonight. All right, we are going to move along to our next artist. Coming up is Gustav with the Gusto. I know he probably has some new shit for us, but if he doesn't, that's okay. We're still excited to have him. Please unmute yourself and let everybody know what you got to share.
Okay, greetings, poets. And I'd like to start off by thanking Kansas for their vote yesterday. It's a big deal for women's bodily autonomy. Thank you again, Kansas. I'm gonna start off with a poem called Our Shibboleth. Dance on, mad bourgeoisie. You're dancing on the edge of doom. Sisters, old men want to regulate your womb. The party of small government, just big enough to fit in your uterus. I'm not joking around, not trying to be humorous. A lowest common dominator society, full to the brim with false piety. We've been clockwork orange juiced, beaten to a pulp, gorged on first world problems, drowned in a big gulp, riding that Peloton going nowhere fast. Best savor each breath, cause it may be your last. Let's get our shit togetherized, battened down and weatherized, warm leatheretterized, highly fucking organized. People power can run the nation, making change with each creation. Fascist lies are psychic death. Let love for all be our shibboleth. This one's called MK Ultraman. Burned in the fires of the Monday night online open mic, I rise from the ashes on Therapy Thursdays, spitting out lines like depleted uranium, blowing your minds inside that cranium. I am a fount of creativity. I am Mighty Mouse on LSD. Here I come to save the day. I live in Florida, but I still say gay, like MK Ultraman, the psychedelic warlock. I bend time as I wind back the clock. Throw those hands up and say, don't shoot. Nourish your body from the root to the fruit. I got that old-time evangelical agnosticism. Stand together now to oppose fascism. Dance your own dance to a beat only you can hear. Then New Eurekan poets will appear, transporting you far away in time and space, all done with inimitable style and grace. And this one's called Welcome to Dystopia. Idiocracy, gone to hell in A Handmaid's Tale, like a remixed 1980 floor show. Their brave new world's really a plague-ridden medieval times. People playing war games when, strange game, the only winning move is not to play. Blade Runners terminating skin jobs. Road warriors beyond Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. The other guy's soylent green. It's people, it's people. But I'm gonna bust out the Matrix because I see there is no spoon. The God Emperor of Dune. I make like Omega Man and kill some zombies. It's before Skynet unleashes the Terminators. You are number 5. I am not a number. I am a free man. You are number 5. I am not a number. I am a free man. The prisoner imagines the cell. The jury has sent him to hell. His 6x8 slice of dystopia within a dystopia, America's prison industrial cornucopia. Complex, but as simple as a slave plantation. 2 million people in incarceration. The US, the world leader in prison population. Domestic infant supplier exploitation. Penny wise but pound foolish. We're Gacy clown ghoulish. That's it. We're like Bozo the clown foolish. 698 Americans out of 100,000 are behind bars. China's only got 121 per 100,000. Is the home of the free hours? Pardon the prisoners of the drug war fought in error. Bring healing to communities where once there was terror. We've built our society on a broken foundation. White supremacy and guns are the seeds of our damnation. Guns have turned Americans into prisoners of unconscious, afraid at school, afraid in the grocery, afraid you'll be the next Walmarter, shot, live streamed and accompanied by a racist manifesto starter, Tucker Carlson paraphrased by the incel loser who has taken society's abuse and is now the abuser. The abused is now the abuser. Thank you, everybody.
Woo! Back to back to back fire. Please unmute yourselves and tell them so.
That whole motto.
Nicely done, Gustav. Nicely done, man. Powerful.
Truth, brother, truth.
Gotta hear that again.
Insane.
Always with the fire.
Afraid of wanting to be the next Walmart. Nice.
What Zongonto said, right? You are a role model to us with your writing, with the topics that you choose. Because you could write about anything, right? You can get up here and literally say most anything, not everything, but most anything. And you choose to teach, to inform. And that speaks a lot about you as an artist. We appreciate you for being in this room with us and sharing what you know. Thank you. All right. Woo. Y'all are just so talented. I just could sit here and look pretty. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really got to do. I try, at least try to put on some eyebrows for y'all. So I had told the Withdrawn that I would give them 2 folks ahead of them. Are you ready for me now? Yes? Okay. It's been a long time since we have seen the Withdrawn. As you may or may not know, we never know who we gonna actually see when he gets on, but it's nonetheless a fun ride either way. I'm gonna ask him to unmute himself, let the folks know where they can find you, and let us know how you doing. What's up?
Man, I missed you so much. I hope to see you next weekend at the cafe. I love you, always love, and I appreciate you. Y'all can find me at thewithdrawn.com. All the way at the bottom of the page, you'll find all my social media links. And I got some new shit. This piece is called when Shrek rescues Andromeda from Bowser. Being inside you is what the princess feels when she finally gets rescued, when the dragon gets slain. We on that Fiona and Shrek shit, although you did not shame me upon arrival. You took me as I was, even as things I didn't know. And you did not hide the ogre that night. It wasn't possible because there was no curse placed upon your crown. What was meant for harm was blocked by the Most High. Some might say when I came to that tower, I rescued you. Others might say when I came to that tower, you rescued me. I don't agree with either. Neither of us needed rescuing. We were simply fish on land learning how to swim, who met at the same book, same chapter, same page, same first word of adventure. We did, however, create a love that feels like amusement park mist. That's pretty dope. No one in Duloc wants a story where ogre rescues human, let alone ogre rescues ogre. The best part about it is when you're in love, there's no desire to wear a story society has for you, but to look at the self-made story you can call your own and sprinkle a little of its drip off wherever it is you find life. Thank you.
I was busy stalking you a little bit, taking a little picture. Hold on. Let me ask everybody to unmute themselves.
Withdrawn.
I love
Withdrawn, man. You nailed it again, man.
Thank you, family.
Beautiful. Well done.
So glad to see you back here.
I love
Yes.
y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Cold school. Let's get it.
Yes, let's get it indeed. We love you right back. You know, you always have space, safe space here. Whenever you bring your energy back to us, you never quite leave us as it is anyway, right? So please put your information in the chat. Let the folks know where they can also stalk you. I mean, like, you know, just take little clips. It's just little clips, I promise. It's all in the stories. Okay. So as you guys go, you may see me taking little videos. It's not to expose you, but it is to expose you. It's to expose the world to you and the magic that is you and little clips. So if I miss your best part, you know, don't hold it against me. You know, it's live and real action out here. We're trying to make it work. Okay. All right. Cool. So next person up to be snapped is Messiah Payne. There we go. Yes. Let me unmute you. Go ahead. Let the folks know who you are, where they may find you if so inclined, and what you've got to share.
Great. My name is Messiah Payne. You can find me on Instagram at Messiah Lorence. I will put my Instagram handle in the chat when I'm finished. So I'm going to read two poems. They're both new. The first is called Transfigured. It's a poem with one-line stanzas. So here it is. Transfigured. Sacred impression, footsteps toward heaven, passage, mind, reflecting, beatific, mind, conscious, you, arrive, heaven, and find that you're artificially noose, closer, blessedly, God, cessation, within, assume, yourself, permeable, empty, light, no omission, paradise, self, dissolve, not, nihilism, describe, God, you, can't, but, for, self, voided, and utterly transfigured. And the second poem I'm going to read is called Is It Love? Love has been the seed of aspersion, confronting waste, an odious consummation by force of interminable nihilism, She was hope in the deafening decomposition of my soul's emaciation. Her delighted eyes from the deposed crown of heaven buried the last seizure of affection, and with nothing, my fleeting longings remain. May she be blessed that she remain ebullient, impatient, and intemperate, that she finds herself in my confessions of empty preconceptions. How foolish of me to see myself standing in evaluation bestowed by grace and see nothing more than violent despair. When I see myself, might I see humor? Might I see determination? Perhaps a few regrets, an undiluted love. With thought, without imbibing, what I see is a question that embarks on life's secrets here in my being. Is she worthy of that question? Her part in my inquiry, that I am what kind of human being? I now think time as deceiving question, heretical of love's absurdity, will be the undoing of my many illusions. For what is love? In fact, what is she? But a vehicle appertaining adjustments of perception within, whether to see the truth of yourself in exuberant pleasure or the disunion of her gaze that penetrates your self-consciousness and grabs your thought with all the solemnity of obdurate night. You will know yourself, and love will sit gently at the banks of your river, ever ephemeral. You will reach out, but she will escape into the ethers of timelessness, never to be defined, never to answer for her existence. Between her glory and her disgrace lies the human heart. She plays the heartstrings as a master work, and we are the sound of love, gained, lost, and somehow through her emergent beauty, regained. Despite her tragedy, in spite of her absurdity, she treats us, her children, to the boon of a heaven, still searching for her as an answer. Challenged and importune, the metal of darkness arises with feeling and thought, and I await her approach. Love, to define me in way of never defining herself. She stands, remote. She listens, grave. She opens her mouth. Her word is silence. Thank you.
Ooh-wee. Messiah. Let me just let everybody else, because I'm not even going to talk to you right now. You ain't have to come to us.
Fire. Bring the
Amazing.
fire. So many
Once
bars.
again,
Never
Messiah.
disappoint.
So good.
Ever.
Good crafting, brother.
The
Good crafting.
cadence,
Work
the
again to
first
the
one,
beautiful.
the second one.
Right?
Mhm.
Just
All of
killing them off. All of them, MJ. Every single one of them. Thank you so much for sharing here. Like we say, you could share anywhere. There's so many open mics everywhere, every day of the week, just about every time, which is pretty dope if you think about it. But also, you got choice. So we don't take it lightly that you choose to be with us. So thank you for being here and sharing your work with us. We appreciate you. All right, next person up to share is Ike Waltz. Let me find him. I know there he is. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. Rating the F-bomb. Oh, what happened? When you wake, you rate. The face in the morning mirror, we rate. They rate your dog you walk and his poo stink on my lacquered shoe. Even love is rated and debated. On Friday night, we went to bed. Ever since we rate the coitus we had. On Saturday AM, we rate the kids. On Saturday afternoon, we rate the inactive. On Sunday morning, we rate the for-profit gods and their religious fanatics. On Monday, when I want to sleep tight, we rate football night. On Wednesday, we rate the endless hoops. And for whatever reason and in between, we rate the forever lingering baseball season. And if I'm right, during the week, we rate the rated headlines. During the months, the sponsors rate you. During the year, we follow their ratings. And only if it passes what they call rated truth, we will continue with unrated alternative schmooze. At every election, we rate the candidates. We even poll the ratings. Whatever partisan news Parties feed us with simul-rated confuse. The pollsters rate the rated polls. The fact-checkers rate the fact-checkers. The good news know how to spew rated alternatives. The bad ones spill their message wisely. The press rated Freaky Trump as high ratings were at hand. Yes, the press made his toxic bet. Money, money, whatever obnoxious, he said. Now the press hates Trump, and Trump rates the press as a fake dump. So witch hunt is a witch hunt. Too late, too late. We love to rate. More hate here, more rate there. As long rated hate is everywhere. Do we love loopholes? It's a democratic mess. Corruption rated at its best. Only one rating is true for sure, that we are rated, you are rated, and I'm under, over, down the hatch rated and ruthlessly exploited. Oh Lord, how does this rate with you? I feel so rated. And then how boring is a day without being so exaggerated, without loaded with junk wisdom. We walk rated techno talk and regurgitate every word we said. Ratings select the normie rated, black versus white always debated, and the Oscars rate La La Land. Okay, rated again, Sam. Ratings demand and thrive on our only so willing participation. We even rate the wall. Is it slatted? Is it pretty? Is it tall? Is it Mexican? Or of any use? On who pays for it all? Love that government shutdown call. We rate what he said, what she said, and that we have no ball. And so nothing changes, and capitalism will grow for the rated 1%. Oh yes, and we still believe in this overrated, outdated democracy. Hello, hello, wakey, wakey, citizen rater. We are actually enslaved in oligarchy, before sooner, as now is not later. Love me, hate me, kill me. Just rate my ashes mixed into the patriotic heap of noxious rated trashes. Yes, I wonder how you will rate me when I'm 6 foot under. At least, I still rate myself, but I warn you, it's the coronavirus and my thoughts which roam dangerously free. Oh yes, there is your chance to rate my hidden peenie and my desperate prostate to enjoy a pee. However, should it turn out to be a good shit, at my age, I don't look at it, but my doctor will surely rate it. And after all, I can't wait how the little green man in the universe will rate us. Thank you.
Ooh, excellent, Ike. I don't know. I don't think I want to know. I think they're already rating us. That's the concern. Please unmute yourselves and let Ike know how you feel.
The little green man in the universe. I like
I don't
that.
even got to rate
Yeah.
For peace,
Right.
very thoughtful.
You know,
Oh,
like,
man.
man.
That's quite the
Yeah.
image, the little green man in the universe. That's awesome.
That's right. We make space for all possibilities and dimensions in this room. All are welcome, as long as you are peaceful. You know what I'm saying? So we like to keep it open. You know, science got a lot of fun gems for us. You know, some of us are nerdier than others, and that's a beautiful thing in this space. Okay. All right, cool. We have our next artist coming up, who will be sharing screen with us. Dee Allen, where are you? Let me find you. There you go. Let me ask you to unmute. Boom, and you got the co-host ability. Go ahead and do your thing.
Pretty. Pretty comes in all shades: vanilla ice cream, creamed coffee, creamy peanut butter, caramel, honey, cinnamon, pecan, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, molasses. Delicious hues, sweet hues, tempting and watering mouths. I could never understand why racism continues to exist with multiculturalism in the midst. Careful, conscious societal maneuvers from prejudice to justice. But I understand far less colorism, that sickening division among members of the same race along the lines of complexion. Who has melanin? How much melanin? And who looks beautiful? The division is large and supercharged among females, still performing plastic comb tests, checking for kinks in hair, still performing brown paper bag tests in their minds. Light girls are stuck up. Dark girls are envious and mean. Divisive notions grown out of polluted soil near European grade. In absence of whiteness, go for brightness. You'll get the goods with lightness, for lightness is rightness. Who decides who is pretty enough? Who is black enough? What verdict does the bedroom mirror give the longer one stares into it? Sisters lashing out at each other, not once knowing they're all royalty. Brothers ignore some sisters, not once knowing the queen they're missing out on. Nature has a way of passing out in equal shares beauty, brought to the surface as distinct physical traits, female to female. Hair, eyes, noses, lips, skin. Apparently, nature likes variety, as I do. What catches my eye appeals to my eye. Beauty comes in all shades of black. And that poem was called Pretty. From the Mocking Owl literary magazine, issue number 4. And it also appears in my new and 6th book, Rusty Gallows, now available from Vagabond Books. From this mic to your ears, I'm Dee Allen. Thanks for listening.
Yes, Dee Allen, come on. Let's please unmute yourselves. Let him know how beautiful that was.
Yeah, D.
Yes, that was
Yeah, D.
Always dope, man.
Right. Such
tell
a
it.
beautiful, velvety
Point.
voice to
Deserve
go
to be
with such a
published.
powerful
Yeah,
message
beautiful.
too, you know?
Beautiful.
Man.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Wow. We appreciate you for giving our eyes some stimulation as well, giving us some artwork to look at. We love that when artists bring us various versions of just titillation, if you will, you know, do it all, hit all the senses, okay? Because the rest of the week sometimes is boring. So when we get here on Thursday, you know, wake us up however you can. We're always plugged into what you have to say, but the more senses you activate with your work, the more it sits with the person, the more it sits in our bodies, so we remember, you know, we're moved by that. And if we're not here to move each other, what are we doing? Right? So we appreciate you, Dee Allen, for moving us in your own, and as the chat says, prolific way. Okay, we appreciate you. If you don't know, please do check the chat after you perform. There's a lot of love in the room once the mics are off, but there's even more love for you in the chat. Your folks are moved by your works. They're calling it bars on bars. Please don't miss that. You know, the rest of the world may not love on you like that. So please give us the opportunity to do so. All right. Speaking of folks we want to love on, it's usually making us very hungry with his pieces because they're just so delicious. Okay. Next person up is Generalissimo. Please unmute yourselves. Welcome.
Shalom, everyone. Shalom, Regine. Your hair is so gorgeous tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I do what I can.
But then again, you're always on point, no matter what you do. That's just the way you were born. And I like to think of Dee Allen as the Oracle of Oakland, because he tells it like it is, and he's just one of the best poets we have. let me just go ahead and, we had tonight, there's this beautiful half moon out, and it's really nice. So I'm going to read some moon poems. So the first is called Hide and Go Moon. I cannot find the moon tonight. I know it is hiding somewhere. I can feel its glow upon my anxiety. It challenged me to explore the stars that have gathered to protest the clouds' existence, but I don't see clouds anywhere. But just because I don't see clouds doesn't mean they aren't present. The moon has always been a wily character. Mac the knife tried to milk the cow as it jumped over him, then he became a jazz standard. He changes from silver to red to blue without using makeup. He inspires poems and songs and causes werewolves to happen. He is always somewhere in the world. He hides in plain sight better than anyone else, yet he still gets blamed every time a human being bears his buttocks in public. The lunacy of it all. Sometimes the moon sprinkles more than moon dust into the atmosphere. When it rains late at night, just hard enough for it not to be sprinkling, sometimes the rain sings you to sleep with an onomatopoetic drip, drip, drip lullaby, or keeps you awake with a drop, 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 like a heavy-footed, inconsiderate upstairs neighbor. This rain is not necessarily rain, but when the moon is crying, the lullabies are tears of joy. The upstairs neighbor is tears of frustration. The moon is not an inanimate celestial body, but the manifestation of our emotional existence. The tides are proof the moon can never make up its mind. When the moon cries, sometimes it finds a soft cotton handkerchief to wipe its tears and blow its nose that feels like a lullaby against its cheek. And sometimes all it can find is a rough textured, irritating paper towel, causing noisy upstairs neighbor type frustration, raising its blood pressure, causing the type of insomnia that makes it wonder how humans manage to get any sleep at all. As a result, the moon secretes a torrent of tears that fall down to earth like a late night drip, 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 or drop, drop, drop rain shower of empathetic emotions, leading the humans down below to find answers to why weather never seems to leave them alone. And this final one is called My Dearest Moon. My dearest moon, I try to understand why you are the way you are, carelessly changing colors from silver to blue to pink to red to rust, dancing your little dance in the skyway, appearing whole and slowly slimming as you perform your celestial pirouette. You always smile as you start to disappear. Then surprise, you fill the sky with glow and attitude. It's no secret the sun is afraid of you. I think before you found your easy orbit around the Earth, you tried out other gigs and failed miserably. But the other planets have decided to not admit they were fooled by your seductive glow to allow you to squat in their stratospheres. As a result, your previous work experience seems non-existent. There's a rumor your parentage exists in another galaxy, but as long as you don't fall out of line, no one cares about any of it. Gracias, everyone. And
Beautiful.
thank you, Ray Jan. And I'll put in the chat I've got on September 7th, I think is my next thing, where I'm doing a 10-minute Wednesday night feature for Great Weather for Media.
Beautiful.
And thank you very much.
You are welcome. Please do put that in the chat so we can find you and follow you. Please unmute yourselves.
And writing is just so
Generalissimo.
It's so cool.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
I think that was Gustav that sang your name just now. I feel like that's how your name should be said, you know, from the back of your throat. Generalissimo. I think that's the way that we should sing it from now on. That's actually now a mood, you know. That's okay. We appreciate you for being here and bringing the moon with you. I told you that's my favorite, right? Somebody else had the moon, I believe. I believe it is. Someone had the moon in their background. Julian has the moon in his background. So hopefully, maybe the moon will speak to us again. If not, that's all right. We appreciate the messages you brought with you. All right, next person up. Oh, Nico came back in the room with us, and we are not going to miss that opportunity to hear from him. And come on, Curls. Come Come, okay, let him shake. Okay, yes. Let me unmute you. Let the folks know, how are you feeling? What are you up to? And what you've got to share.
Was goody, Ray Jane? Goody,
Hey.
everybody. Life is good. It's been a quiet week of fun employment, writing, lots of writing. Yeah, just trying to get my life together slowly but surely. And things are good. I'm excited to be in this community on Thursday. It's been a minute, and we got lots of exciting stuff coming up. So one thing that I'm going to be doing is another Barrio BX book club. Barrio is a restaurant in the Bronx, and for that I lead a book club. Every month we bring out an author, we read the book, we discuss it. The author comes out. It's been great. We've gotten some amazing Puerto Rican luminaries to come in and just kind of not only like discuss some really meaty text, but inspire everybody and their artistry. And so it's been amazing to do that. And then got a do-over date for my publishing party. We're supposed to do it in June, but then got sick, so I had to reschedule for August. So that's coming up, and I'll be promoting that. And yeah, so one of the great things that's been happening in my life is, like, you know, getting published for the first time. So the first book that I was published in was Palabritas, Harvard's Latinx literary journal. So it was really dope to be a part of this collection. It's been a long time coming, so excited for that. And then also was published in Red or Green Books, LGBTQ art anthology this past July. So that'll be available for sale as well at the publishing party. So pull up, it's gonna be good, dope. And one of the things I've been working on is trying to like put my poetry into collections or like little chapbooks here and there. And so I've been diving in. I think the problem with like writing it is like, you got so many ideas. So how do you like focus and execute? So I'm trying to do that. So I've been experimenting. And so this is one of the first pieces I wrote for that this week. And I'm really excited to share it with y'all. And if anybody has feedback on the direction, anything, please private chat me afterwards so I can get some feedback on this experimental piece, for me at least. So without ado, first date and ages. And it's a little bit long, so Ray Jane, if you need to cut me off, feel free. We agreed to meet at a diner right by the 1 train. A relic of bygone eras, derelict jukeboxes guard every booth, right above the salt, pepper, ketchup, and sugar packets. I arrive first, kicking myself now for being so punctual, or thirsty, as he will likely think. I choose the third booth on the left, because 3 is a magical number, and I need all the help I can get. I order a water and a coffee, then peek at my phone. He's late, 2 minutes, but late nonetheless. He's not going to show, I chide myself. Another 5 minutes pass and still no date. I dash to the bathroom to kill time. Channel my anxiety, fill these idle moments. I take a leak, though I don't need to, and wash my hands longer than I usually do. As I lather and rinse, the suds squishing and bubbling between my fingers, I get lost in the thought of getting stood up, tasting both shame and relief. What if he actually shows up? What if he's not as cute as his profile pic? What if he's a catfish? What if he's trying to scam me or harvest my organs on the black market? What if he sees me and turns back? What if he's actually who he says he is? What if he's actually cool? What if I actually like him? How will I inevitably fuck this up? As the water begins to scald my skin, I return to my senses. I add more cold and wring my hands one last time. Not a primp. Hair, check. Outfit, check. Face, check. Breath, fuck. I don't have shit for my undoubtedly funky ass breath. Not an Altoid, a Tic Tac, a stick of gum, nada. Nothing like coffee mouth to make a lasting impression on a first date. I gurgle some tap water in a vain attempt to freshen up. I exit the restroom and still no date. The waitress approaches. You ready to order, hun? She says flatly. Though she calls me hun, I can tell she's ready for her shift to end and is trying to hurry me along. No, I'm waiting for a friend. Okay, I'll be back then, hun. Friend. I couldn't say date. Then she'd look at me crazy when a dude walks in. So you think he's still coming? 11:39 p.m., 9 minutes late. I resolved to text him at 11:40, setting an alarm to hold myself accountable, though I don't need it since I'm transfixed to my phone. Unceremoniously, 11:40 comes and I pull the trigger. Hey, I grabbed this booth already. You close? Parking now, he replies immediately. Ugh, fuck my life. Great, now I look thirsty and pressed. 11:42, he arrives. We order. I have trust issues with a side of fries. He has red flags, no pickles, no onions. Small talk fills the empty space between our chewing. The bill comes, we go Dutch. For dessert, we dine on each other's flesh, ripping into each other ravenously in the back seat of his car. Who knew that orange streetlights could be so romantic? We don't fully fuck, but the cherry on top is a syrupy seed spewing in my mouth, splattering across my face, a Jackson Pollock in mother of pearl. I clean up. He drives me home. I'm in love and will never hear from him again.
Listen, I don't know why you thought that I was going to be able to cut you off at any part of that story, but you really think too much of me. Let me unmute everyone else so they can tell you the same.
Damn, Nico. Jeez, brother.
Absolutely
brilliant.
Storytelling.
Beautiful
That's some beautiful
storytelling.
Be away.
Congratulations on the bus.
arresting.
Yeah.
And you
At the third booth end.
Come through.
Woo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, way to shift the atmosphere in the room, right? Change the energy up on us. Storytelling. Oh, right? It's like good gravy. We are so here for it. Thank you for coming back to us with the curls and the words. Okay, please put your information in the chat so the folks can follow you. Trust me, folks, that's a follow that you want to follow through on, if you feel me. Okay, please, please, please. Y'all are just amazing. You know, we have a 3-minute rule here, but sometimes the spirit moves, and that's just it, right? So anywho, moving right along to the next spirit to speak. We have, wish I had a drum roll, but I don't. So I'm just gonna shake my body because I can't drum roll. It's Rosemary, all right. I believe she also told me she changed her name, and I'm gonna let her let you know what that is. Marine, Rosemary. I got it. All right, please unmute yourself, let yourself. Go ahead, tell us what you got.
Hey y'all, I have a song that I wrote a few weeks ago. It's called Caroline, and I wanted to play it for y'all. I'm right now on the West Coast, so it's not dark just yet. I will be linking my information after I play Caroline. My friend Caroline, they say she's still blind in her head with her mind in her heart, where she stays curious. My friend Thanks, guys.
No, thank you. That was beautiful. Please unmute yourselves.
Yay!
Oh, just gorgeous.
Zen mic
Yeah, it was
moments.
so beautiful.
That was so relaxing.
Yeah.
The business. Keep
Oh, y'all are vibrating heavy tonight. Like each one of you a different way, and each way is so welcome. Thank you for that music. It was beautiful. I think a lot of folks in the chat gave you a bunch of love, meditative, Zen-like. It's a Zen circle now. So thank you for making us a Zen circle. I don't know if we've been one of those before. That's dope. That's dope. We'll take that. That's what's up. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. All right. Oof. I don't know about y'all, but I just feel like my blood pressure is probably balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, my electrolytes is probably the best they've been all week. I just feel like, I don't know. All right, from one good energy to the next. Our girl Bianca is back in the house. Yes, give us the sways. Okay, let me unmute her. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am well. Glad to be here with you. Go on, do your thing.
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Hi, everybody. Sending love and light from the Bay Area. My name is Bianca, and I'll go ahead and put my information out there after my performance. So this piece is actually going to test a different vulnerability side for me. So I went to my first workshop led by Paul, and the very last prompt that he gave us, my pen just went crazy. Okay, so this one is called "Is Thinking Your Drug of Choice?" And yeah, I hope you guys like it. My druggie, love me when I'm ugly, hug me when I'm bummy, scummy, you're my hubby, let's get lost. Let's get lost. Damn, he's in so deep, man. Probably because I'm empty, a knowledge junkie, a remembrance druggie, a retrospective drunk. I know too much for my own good because I'm that good. The euphoric feeling of needing a fix, but not knowing where to get it. The itch of wanting more to a point of overdosing on whatever wins my approval. I still don't feel like any less of a miracle. Finding ways to supplement the pain with nothingness to gain, like a drought, constantly waiting for rain. The alienation from society undeniably keeps me sane, yet me even considering multiple thoughts and tranquil conversational alleyways are now being used in vain. I can feel myself deteriorating. The debilitating response of I don't know kills more than knowledge itself. Knowing something hurts, but ignorance creates a blissful suicide. Nothing gets me higher than overthinking. The complete blissfulness of overindulgence in a bottomless pit, the rabbit hole to the high life. See, the high life is at its highest when I'm at my lowest, wrestling the tide of wonder, hoping it will drown me before I'm even questioned. As I look at my reflection in the mirror, all I'm thinking is, you look like you lost the psalm in your own song. The high life of the high roller, the vivid, earthy, robust scent of coping mechanisms and cranial conundrums, packing these words onto some paper, rolling it tight with the seal of my supple secrets. I kiss the fire that's about to erupt. I take a precautious hit and choke on the smoke and heavy aftertaste of my self-proclaimed knowledge, for the earth is as green as the shit that's in my hand. So I take another hit. And as I look at the smoke leaving my mouth, I inhale another life in me, waiting for the existential knowledge to hit me higher than the heavens are singing. Let's get lost. Let's get lost. Thank you.
I know you see Paul going crazy in his box, right? I know you see what you just did. You just made Paul so happy and proud of you. Proud to know you. And I'm gonna let him yell for himself. Please unmute everybody. Let him know how dope that was.
Such a beautiful pen, Bianca. It was such a beautiful pen, man. I see you lost the sound to your song.
Congratulations.
I wish I could write like that.
That was a nice line.
Ooh, I love it when y'all just lather each other with love. Y'all don't even like hold back a little bit. Y'all be like, let me get this whole bucket and just pour it on you real quick, right quick. Even if it makes you uncomfortable. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what's up. And you deserve all that love for that fantastic piece. You were giving us rhythm, you were giving us ups and downs. It was like a whole jazz bebop, Scooby-Doo. We was going there. I appreciate you for taking us with that. Rhythm is so important. And we talked about the vibrations in this room. So you moved us as well. And we appreciate your art. And she said, these are words that are inspired by folks in the room with you, right? So we're not just artists, we're also teachers, right? The best artists usually are. And we are unselfish with our gifts, and no more so than one of our favorite people in the room, Paul Conqueso, who is also giving you the hearts in the boxes right now with the hair and, doing his thing, and also the hookah every now and then, just to keep the room smelling minty fresh. That's all that is. But he's also our host of the karaoke night, which is coming up, folks, on the same night as our next hybrid open mic that is hosted by none other than Advocate of Words, also our online Monday night host. And I will be asking him to unmute at some point so he can tell you all about the festivities. But August 13th, put it in your calendar because we're gonna party, all right? So you can party with us in the Zoom boxes if you're not in the tri-state area, or you could come out, right? If you want to wear your mask, you should. It's all kind of wild stuff out here in the streets, and we are trying to be responsible about our togetherness, right? So if you feel comfortable intermingling with folks, come out. If you don't, come out on the Zooms, can't no pox get you through there, okay? You'll be all right. Okay, so we thank you for even considering the possibility of coming to hang out with us. Either way, we have a great time. Paul is usually bringing the house down or making sure that we don't after a few drinks, you know what I mean? Sometimes he lets us do our thing, you know what I mean? But either way, we have a great time. So I'll let Advocate tell you more about that later. So keep your interests up and your eyes and ears open. In the meantime, in between time, we are going to shoot over to Xanadu, who I know is just waiting to teach us something about art, history. I know it, or maybe he's got something else. Let me unmute you so you could let us know what you got for us. Go ahead.
Yes, today about Cuba. I was very close to Puerto Rico, but maybe
Next time, also Puerto Rico. Today, Cuba, which I call one of the mythical islands, together with Jamaica, especially, for instance, because of the song Guantanamera by Jose Marti. So if you go to Cuba now, it's not anymore about Che Guevara, as I had expected, more or less, but it's about Jose Marti, and he wrote Guantanamera, the song everyone knows. And today I try to translate it with help of Google. My verse is a light green, and a lit carmine. My verse is a wounded deer. What are you looking for in the mountain shelter? Now, and to the back you see turned 90 degrees Gitana Tropical. Yeah, according to many people, the most beautiful painting of Cuba, also called the Mona Lisa of Cuba by Victor Manuel Garcia. So I will try to explain it in terms of modernisms. Gitana Tropical, fauvism of black of hairs and eyes, adding Eastern details, red of lips, adding African hues, blue and golden of dress, adding orthodoxy of shrine, green of leaves of background, adding ecological horizons, a cubistic gray of wall, adding analytical view, white of overdress, adding conservative environments. In these ways, she bridges main oppositions of her age, just before evolution of 30s. She is, you are. And many layers of brown wood from high inside to dark outside. Multiple compositions is doing the same as you could, as we did, as I survive, just like she's Gitana Tropical, whose iconography Victor Manuel Garcia may have borrowed to add tropical shades from European fauvism. One more time, modernism. In the tropics, the bright colors of fauvism are as real as the Cubist school of the analytical air conditioners. Semiotropics translating modernisms into global cross-cultural reality of tropical use of synthetical fauvism and temperate cool of analytical cubism. So I guess it's a mix of fauvism and cubism. And then next, Jose Marti, so who's now, I guess, most important national hero. He has more than 5 statues and sculptures in the center of Havana. And there's also a portrayal in the Museo de Bellas Artes in Havana, 1943, Jose Marti by Aristide Fernandez Vasquez, and a poetical portrayal runs like this: a blackish moustache and only top of goatee just below underlip. His eyes are deep, as if they are waiting for your soul, if not your heart. His right hand is covering diagonally, like the physical heart is the spiritual heart, like his white shirt full of shades of subtle draperies may equal richness of nature of green landscape to the back, that already show some use of red all around. A pentacrator likeness appears to the high and blue sky. His hairs are mounting onto like a revolutionary horizon, transcending its environs from Europe onto new inlandishness, where his brows fly like raven over a stare of his eyes. Well, there's another painting you can see in the museums of Cuba, which I must say, I'm understood they are the largest of all of the Caribbean. And next you will also find kind of Andy Warhol painting of Che Guevara. Che multiplied and enlarged, counting at least 7 similar heads now, in redness of setting sunrise, severity of hasta la victoria siempre changes with distance to grim face of grace. And next, of course, they refer very often to Spain again, Madrilena, a chinoiserie. So Madrilena is someone from Madrid. Beginning of the 20th century, when fans were manual and Chinese and women covered up in blackish dress, rose of lips, mirrored, red of heart, design of fans remains invisible as to foam on reality instead. Is it? Next, another portrayal, Elena Herrera de Cardenas, imagining dividing line could be top of bench she is seated on, where which cuts her torso just beneath her chest into red and yellow down on gray of bench, and yellow bow tie ready to be unpacked, and vivid boost above, caught in giant headdress like the saddle of a horse, cooling herself with a green fan that harmonizes with green of garden background, and her eyes sprawl both fearful and fearlessly like water from a horizon. Well, then maybe at time one more poem. Yeah, I will not get to the contemporary art. Yeah, so it remains within the 19th, 20th centuries. The next paintings show how different Cuban landscapes may vary from sea views to distant view with date palm aside, though some Cuban sugar mills into back of eternity of details overriding wools of pupils' eyes, foretelling Flemish surrealism as magical as Magritte's until modest naturalism with colorful special effects like Federico Fernandez Cavadas, Jean Fugel's 1831, Puerto Principe 1871, San Juan River, Trinidad 1864, showing volcano mountains in shining shine-through colors of red to yellow, sun to settings, where the vague fogginess gets only detailed in obvious front views of trees and shrubs that tell each leaf from each other, thereby reinventing linear perspective in a surreal view of hues between red and yellow, like same painter's Cuban landscape 1864, Paisage Cubano, shows surprise miracle of rainbow in between meticulous fronts of individual leaves of trees and shrubs, and shades and shines of distant mounds, topped by foliage of date palms, which are Cuba's national symbol, even when less upright vertical stems, but slightly blending oblique that has grown all over by indigenous plants and flowers, white human figure seated among thus luster of national growth remain unspecified and could as well be the top of an animal if not together like a passionate rider of horse, and it may as well show how the experiment of Western perspective erased centuries later when fogginess becomes pollution, since man could not accept his humble place within nature's whole. So it's still unpolluted Cuba, what I've seen.
Wonderful.
Well,
Thank you.
I hope you may visit it as well and enjoy it as much as I did. So all thanks to Jose Marti, I must say, who is now the national hero.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Please unmute yourself and let Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Great expression. Amazing, Xanadu. Dope as hell.
Artist. Poet Talk said artist. Okay, art on art. I believe that's what that was. Art on art, right? Art about art. We love that. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us some more education, always in such a beautiful way. Next up, we are going to have some more jams, I imagine, maybe, kind of, I don't know. Joski always keeps us on our toes. So please unmute yourself, Joski, and let us know how you doing, what you got.
Doing good, Ray Jane. Hearing me okay? Yeah. So, you know, the election just happened, and I'm going to revisit something I wrote about the former guy. I hope no one gets ill. Why am I doing this? So he was bragging about taking a test to assess his cognitive function, and he was very proud of remembering 5 words. So when I heard that, I had to write this song. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Let the test shine a light on what we wonder every night. Where's the heart? Where is the mind? Atrocities of every kind. Where's the love? Where's the love? Where's the love? Where's the love? You can't brag less, you're the best. You passed the dementia test. Diagnosed so insane. How else do you cause such pain? Where's the love? Where's the love? Oranges were meant to peel. Beneath the rind there's nothing real. Everything you steal is all you've got. Takes a lifetime to create. Orange helmet, heart of hate. Bigots can relate to who you are. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Let the test shine a light on what we wonder every night. Where's the love?
I just had to let that sit for a second. Ooh, and take up space as it deserves to. All right, y'all unmute yourselves.
That was a beautiful guitar.
Always so
Like,
refreshing to hear
good to
you.
have such
Huge
powerful
feeling.
words said too. That was such
tempo.
beautiful.
Make the whole week complete with a Joski song, man. For real.
Y'all are moving with this music and this rhythm tonight. What are y'all doing? Y'all know we need to be shaken up or something? Y'all get together and whisper amongst each other? Did y'all get a pre-zoom in before I got here? What's going on? I'm not complaining. It's beautiful. I'm just trying to understand. Maybe some things are better experienced as opposed to understood. We appreciate you, Joski, for your music. Where you just dropped that tone on us. Ooh, I still feel it right here. I don't know if anybody else feels it right here, but that's where it resonates for me. All right. Woo. I am just so excited to be in the room with y'all. Next person up is Lizzie. Please unmute yourselves. Let folks know where they could buy all your books, girl. All of them. Name them all, okay? Unmute.
Many blessings to you, Adrian, and our community. Yeah, I'm going to Vanna White these. These are all my books. I'm very proud of them. Thank you to everyone that has supported me and been on these journeys with me. My author copy of Out Loud, which is an LGBTQ literary art anthology, just arrived to me today in New York. I am so proud of this. Nico Diaz is a part of it. I'm so proud of him and everyone else in it and their beautiful contributions. Thank you to everyone. I'm not going to read what I contributed, but I'm actually going to read my editor's note instead. This book has been created to show we are all valued equally, and inclusion matters. The world would not be complete without LGBTQ people, especially artists. For those who are still questioning if they want to share their truths, please remember it gets better. Gratitude to all the artists who trusted us to publish their work. I did not have the confidence to say out loud I liked women until I was 24. Though I have known since I was a tot playing in groups, I was attracted to women. I did not see my queer self until I was 22, sitting in a New York City rehearsal studio working on the play Almost Me. This play is about the journeys of falling in and out of love and self-discoveries. On a cold December day in 2013, I sat across from a brilliant actress who mentioned she was a lesbian. While taking down blocking notes for rehearsal reports, I pulled my head out of my prompt script and I saw myself for the first time, a lesbian. The actress never shied away from her sexuality when asked about it, and her partner, who she consistently gushed over. I was excited and apprehensive all at once. She was my Ring of Keys moment. Ring of Keys is a song from the musical Fun Home, where the protagonist Allison realizes, looking at a butch woman for the first time, she was different. I thank the actress from Almost Maine for being herself and paving the way for all of us to have our Ring of Keys moment and to be able to live our lives honestly out loud. Peace, love, and beanie blessings. Thank you for letting me share that. I'm so proud of this. It's debuting at the New York City Poetry Festival this September, the weekend of the 10th. To learn more about that, or me, IGES_Strauss, and all 50 of our contributors from around the world and country. And this book is going to help people speak their truths out loud. So thank you so much. And to my mom, who gave us the title Out Loud, thank you so much.
Yes, Lizzie, better change the whole world, one book at a time. We are so here for it. Please unmute yourselves. Let her know. Congrats.
Thank you so
Lizzie!
much.
Yeah! Wishes to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
That's why we're so proud to be in this community. You know, how inspiring. You know, it's one thing to write a book for yourself. It's another thing to write a book to move and free other people, to get a bunch of people together in that hope, in that endeavor, and that push towards something better is even harder to do these days. So congrats to you and kudos to you, Lizzie, for doing that hard work to free somebody else. That's beautiful. Have a good night, Dee Allen. Thank you for being with us. All right, so we are going to move through the list, and you guys make sure you follow Lizzie so you can support. You know, that's how we keep things going. Burn Bridges, if you are still in the room, really feeling that name, by the way. It took me a second because, you know, it's a little late. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little old, but let me ask you to unmute. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Is this the first time you're with us?
It is, yeah.
It is. All right, so we're gonna keep.
I live with Christopher Robin. They're on the other side.
Oh, beautiful. We love Christopher Robin. So what we're gonna do is keep that in mind. There's a special way that we bring folks into the room when it's their first time. So you've got some love coming your way no matter what happens next.
Oh, no.
Okay? All right, go ahead.
I'm going to play a real short one. I might play another one after that. Let's see. If I'm gonna die tonight, I wanna dance in stilettos to our favorite punk rock bands. We'll let them play forever, get that bottle away from me. No hitting that pipe this evening. If I'm gonna die tonight, don't wanna forget a thing. If I'm gonna die tonight, will you be my lover in arms? We'll go down with a fight, knowing our friends aren't far. If I'm gonna die tonight, 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 if I'm gonna die. This one's called Belle. Baby boy, scared of lead, no relief, pierce instead, plug that hole, full of all your tall tales, occupation, colon personal hell. Oh, you bombshell, oh, you toxic light. I will hold you in my pocket tight. Will you guide me through this darkness tonight? Couldn't save yourself now, let us save a life. Let me remember every shot that I offered to you, that gentleman led you. You led down the alley and I followed right behind. Despite all my love for you in heart, I let my thirst overcome me, and I know in the deepest, darkest way that it could have been me in that box. Oh, you bombshell, oh, you toxic light, I will hold you in my pocket tight. Will you guide me through this darkness tonight? Couldn't save yourself now, let us save a life. And I just know that there's another plane where you're cleaning, where you whistle while you work all day. And you walk away on your way home, and Egret cooks up a storm for you and me and Clay. And you tell us all about your husband and your latest take on Star Trek. But mostly we just stare into each other's eyes and laugh about how we're alive. What a wonder we're alive. What a joke, yeah, we're alive. What a blessing, we're alive. We're alive, we're alive, we're alive, we're alive. We're alive, we're
Ooh, yes, what a blessing indeed. Withdrawn says, thank you for blessing us. All right, so we have a tradition here. The original tradition was the Pop Your Cherry song, which is a lot more fun than what we're going to offer you, but we are giving you all our love in exchange. So just like you, we've all had our first time here for a first time at some time. So now what we do is we ask everybody to unmute and tell you the thing that we wish someone would have told us to let us know that we're welcome in a new space. So that's what we're going to do. Everybody, please unmute yourselves and let Burn know how you feel.
You're beautiful.
Nice rhythm, man.
Thank you for that. We appreciate you for coming to this space and sharing your gifts with us, because you didn't have to. And I'm sure you heard some folks yelling, one of us. We're weird folk here. We want you to know that every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, if you don't have somewhere else to be that's safe, that's inviting, that you feel like just being in the midst of, you are welcome to find your place here with us as one of us. So we are welcoming you in. Thank you, thank you. And please put your information in the chat so your new folks can find you and support you in whatever you're doing. Thank you, Christopher Robin, for bringing Burn to us. We love new friends here. We mean that, but you can figure out if that's true for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. All right, next person up to give us some love, to add some love back to the well, if you will, is Julian Matthews, who's also bringing us Our Friend the Moon for the evening. Please unmute yourself, Julian.
Hi.
Hi.
a trigger warning for suicide ideation. If you need help, please seek help. To the stranger in despair, they covered you in a tent, a temporary makeshift shelter, spared the ignominy of your bare feet sticking out earlier from under a bloodied cloth. Even in that, there must be dignity. I used to arrive at such scenes after hearing the crackle of police radio exchanges, a hit and run, a murder, or a crumpled jumper. Back then, the bodies were always covered in newspapers. The irony was not lost on me as a crime reporter. The next day, you would make the news, no longer be beneath it. Today, the news broke mere minutes later in a tweet. Graphic images reposted in a flurry from varied angles, commenters hopping in accusatory, speculative, even nasty tones. The sober ones appealing for caution, listing helplines. I wonder what despair drove you to choose this particular mall, the busiest in the heart of Kuala Lumpur City, named Surya, after the sun. Perhaps this was sadly your moment in it. Center court, right next to a Zara's. In Hebrew, Zara is a noblewoman, a princess. In Arabic, radiance, a blooming flower, a Voltairian tragedy, or another Shakespearean one, another lost Juliet, another dim light. Maybe this life had burnt a hole in your heart that no one could fill. I can relate. The rising heat, raging costs of living, smoldering embers of viral losses, this pressure cooker daily grind. It's all too much, really. Searing me. Life wasn't meant to burn you from the inside out, through sunless screens of stolen time. You didn't even scream, or no one heard you. Just another silent fall to end it all when no one was looking, or everyone had turned the other way. At 23, you were too young, they say. Gone too soon is the cliche. I'm sure you're no one's cliche. You were someone's daughter, someone's friend. Not merely a body or a headline, but wholly human. They may bury you today or cremate you. Hearts will blaze again for your loss. Prayers will be lifted. Tears will fall. The commenters will return to ranting about the weather, the rogues on the hill, and the rising costs of everything, and move on. And the tent will come down. In this temporary, makeshift life, we are merely stardust beneath sheltering skies. But every life is worthy under the sun. Every living light matters. You matter. I wish someone had reached out to tell you that before you chose to put out yours. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Julian. I'm going to unmute. I know a lot of people were moved by that.
Oh, Julian.
Awful sad poem.
That's so beautiful, Julian.
That was great.
Damn.
Love that you celebrate.
I love that, Julian.
This cat's work. This cat's amazing.
Giving
For
it
real.
the dignity
I
as
know.
well.
Dude's incredible.
That was
So-
incredible. That was great.
So beautiful, Julian.
W. Julian.
You dignified them.
Love that. Love that. Please check out Elemental's box so you can take a look at what you should be purchasing. If you felt anything, and I can't imagine that you didn't feel at least something, you know, we thank you for taking a moment to speak on a truth that's true for a lot of people. You know, sometimes you get to the edge of your humanity. Sometimes you ask if you're going to jump, and some people do jump, right? We lose some people. It happens. It's a reality. Just because we don't talk about it doesn't mean it's going to go away. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't make space and take time to do exactly what Julian just did, which is to validate the stories of so many people, right? To think that two words put together can mean so much to someone. You matter. Right? You matter. That's the difference between life and death for someone. You matter. We thank you for taking that moment to speak to us gently, right? Encourage us to be gentle with ourselves and with one another, because you don't know what people are going through. You just don't know. So if you get the opportunity to give grace and to be kind, we ask that you do that, right? It doesn't take too much time if you care. Thank you, Julian, for that piece. You guys, please do follow him if he decides to put his information in the chat, or just come back here. You know, Julian, you're always welcome. You and your truth, whatever that may be. Next person to bring us their truth is Tanish, who also brought us some beautiful, beautiful pictures. Was it Monday or was that Thursday? I think it was Thursday. I'll let you tell it. Let us know what you're working on now. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you. Yeah, that was Thursday. I don't know if it might have been this past Thursday, a week ago. It's good to be back. Thank you for having me. You can find me at Tanish Cantos on IG, tanishcantos.com, tanishcantos.paint on IG. Paints. I just ate something spicy, so my sniffles are there. But I shared this recently with you with Thursday with Ray Jane. But I think just sort of responding in honor of Julian's piece, I wanted to share it today, and I've got three short ones. This is the first one. It's yesterday, tomorrow. Can you guys hear me okay? Should I speak louder? Okay. Yesterday, tomorrow. I can't explain it, but after looking up Adolf Hitler, I felt the need to wash my phone, my mind, my soul, my spine. There was a meteor shower in the first half of the 1800s, and many thought it was the end of the world. I thought maybe that was the year Hitler was born. It was not, and now I need to purify my energetic surroundings. Which reminds me, though I'm timelines away, of when I tried to purify myself in 2017, and a 5150 turned into a forced 5250, 5 days hospitalized, 5 more in the nut house, all because I couldn't accept love, couldn't accept who I am. A chaplain told me to let it in slowly, and we watched together as sparrows hopped through the fence onto the concrete. It's hard to share this. Suicide is heroin it takes a long time to come back from. I still have to apologize to people. I can feel my cranium splitting just to let this memory pass. Only hope can remember just how relieving and healing this is now, tomorrow. I also have, let's see, there was this one that I wanted to share. Falling in love with yourself means breaking your heart over and over until it gets easier and then you don't. Self-sabotage peels and flakes away, as do people, starting from the middle that the sides deconstruct. Your mind gets vivid and tenderly sharp. Thinks in images, all poems and phrastic vibrations. You learn ease and self-control. You are love. And one last one, if that's okay. I know I've taken up some time. Is it okay, Raising?
Only if it's very short. Just want to make sure we get all the rest of the folks in.
It's not very short.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna ask you to hold it for next time, but I have to tell you what you shared with us already was just so wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love you too. Please put your information in the chat. Everybody, please unmute. She deserves the love you have for her.
And
that first piece just call her honey lung for a reason.
that hit the line. That hit the line.
Thank you for you.
That hit the line was
Thank you for you.
insane. Wow.
Someone said, thank you for existing. That's so true. We're grateful. Thank you. Ooh, make sure you save that one. That one that you had. I want you to bring that to us. We want to hear that one first. We won't know what it is, so there's no pressure. You know, you could literally bring us anything. Honor system here. Do bring that back, okay? Thank you. All right. Next person up. We are getting there. We are getting there. Trying to get to all of you. We are getting to our good luck round. We had 2 folks join us. Christopher Robin, if you are still here. I don't think they are. Okay. I don't think that we have them. All right, so the last person then will be, oh, you are. Okay, my
Let me
goodness.
unmute until that moment for whatever reason.
I like how you just snuck in there and let me know.
Just
advocate. You see, you got my back, because I'm like, now how did they unmute? You know, but I'm
I don't know how it let me, but just
hey, I'm here for it. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming back every time and for bringing new friends.
Yeah, excited.
All right, I'm be quiet. Go ahead, do your thing.
Thank you. So this one I wrote 2 years ago, and I think it's funny because it's called Sometimes, and I don't know, it's this funny juxtaposition of things that are exactly the same and things that are very different. So I don't know, that was fun. But sometimes there's a pandemic and all you can think about is how much you want your tits cut off. Sometimes it's easier to know you can't see anyone for weeks than it is to decide if you can safely see one person now. Sometimes you want and fear touch in equal measure. Sometimes fear takes the wheel so gently you don't even feel it. And sometimes when you notice, you stay passive, because sometimes fear is the designated driver. Sometimes love somehow is enough. And sometimes it hurts like hell to love without touch. Sometimes you're in a long distance relationship with someone who lives 2 miles away. And sometimes you resent those who have the luxury of spontaneous touch. Sometimes the future is an incomprehensible and theoretical blur. Sometimes you wish you ran away when you still could. Sometimes it's a struggle to stay in your body, especially when that body is broken and in pain. Sometimes you love the softness of your lost muscle mass, and you remember that fat is not your enemy, and that soft is not gendered or weak. Sometimes you realize you've got a lot more body hangups left than you thought. And sometimes realizations unearth long buried trauma and shame. Sometimes you acknowledge how your past continues to limit you, and sometimes you choose temporary discomfort to reclaim your autonomy. Sometimes growth looks like stagnancy. Sometimes prolonged rest is required. Sometimes it's okay to say no, or I need to. Sometimes you realize you want to live only by embracing your desire to die. Sometimes you choose to survive. Thank you. I laugh because the long distance relationship was with Vern, who I now live with. That's one of the big differences.
Oh, we love a good story with a twist now. Come on, come on. Oh, and that last line. Got me in the heart with that one. Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
That's a powerful line.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That
That's
ending
called
is
dinner and a
so
show.
beautiful.
Buddy. That's dope as hell. Love it.
That's like a whole
Appreciate it.
thesis.
Truly.
Right? We here learning. We just learning from each other and experiences, peopling. You got Paul yelling in the chat. Sometimes you choose to survive. He couldn't even help himself. That's okay though. Now we all felt the same. Look, it's about 7 of those in the chat. Please do check the chat. Don't leave any love behind. Unless you save the chat, you're gonna leave some love behind. You don't want to waste it now. Don't waste it. It's best when it's warm. Cold is okay. Better when it's warm. Okay. All right. We are going to go on to Catman Bill, and we're actually gonna have Zikali take us out of here after Catman Bill. I know y'all wasn't expecting that little twist, was you? I gotta keep you on your toes. All right, and now we will have Catman Bill and his cat's tail as well joining us. Let's unmute. Can't hear you yet. Can you unmute? Did I ask you to? There we go.
There we go.
Hey, how are you?
And I'm sorry, I'm not iPad, I'm Catman Bill. I exchanged my iPad and I just realized that I haven't set up the new name and stuff on it. Anyways, I thought I would do this song. It's an older one called Where Will the Giants Roam? And I wanted to do it for a reason. In that the first time, years ago, I delivered a work of art to a client that lives on Fifth Avenue. And he showed me his collection in his condo. And at the end, he brought me to his mantle. And he was proud to show a huge set of elephant ivory tusks draping. And that sent me into a very dark moment in time. And I began writing a song and collaborated with a friend of mine, Alex Forbes, that wound up winning first place in an international songwriting competition. And just this past week, I was in a show down in Atlanta, and the person that sold the ivory to this guy was exhibiting his African artifacts, and sometimes he has ivory in his display. This time, I was pleased to see that he didn't have any. Anyways, that was the inspiration to bring this song. There's an elephant loose on Fifth Avenue tonight. I know his spirit's near. You could hear him rumble across the sky. See him in your rear view mirror. Yes, that's the thunder of his pounding feet, far from his watering hole. 'Cause that's the tusk on your mantelpiece. You carved out part of his soul. Thought you just had to have it. Well, it's some heavy traffic. Oh, when the jungle's gone, where will the giants roam? Where will the giants roam? Money don't last that long. Where will the giants roam? Where will the giants roam? When your conscience calls and there's nobody home. Where will the giants roam? There's a rhino loose on the Shanghai street, knocking on your bedroom door, asking about that medicine you need and what kind of food is for. Thought you just had to have it. Well, it's some heavy traffic. When the jungle's gone, where will the giants roam? Where will the giants roam? Money don't last that long. Where will the giants roam? Where will the giants roam? When your conscience calls and there's nobody home. Where will the giants roam? Where will the giants roam? Where will the giants roam? They roam.
Love that. Thank you, Catman. That's beautiful. What a
Thank you.
shame to see a thing, but I'm glad that that unnerving thing turned into that beautiful thing. Please, you're welcome. Unmute yourselves. Give 'em some love.
It's a powerful, powerful song.
House.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Always dope to hear your music, Catnip, for real.
Thank you for moving us once more before we got out the door. We appreciate you for bringing us some vibes, something to think about, something to ruminate on. All right, we have made it to the end of our evening. I know you're sad, I'm sad, we're both emotional. But nonetheless, I thank you for being here with us, for your smiles, for your energy, for the energy you put in the chat to lift your brethren in artistry, for everything that you brought for us to think about, to be moved by, to be healed by, to be released by. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We are here every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'm your host at It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE. You can follow me if you don't remember how to sign up. I usually post a little jammy jam on Wednesday in the afternoon so you can be reminded and have a reason, you know, move your body, move your body, move your body. You know what I'm saying? So please do come through, make friends, swap information, come back to us. We meant it when we say you're one of us. We mean it when we say we love you. We mean it when we say that this is your space. Okay. So we love to hear from you. Let us know how you're feeling. Come on back. And in the meantime, Zongoto, if you are ready, I see you turn up you're leaving us. Wait, hold up. You gotta go last. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Our resident horn will be leading us out. And after he's done, I'm gonna unmute you guys and I'm going to count you out with love. And I invite you to love on each other as we return to our respective realities and the matrix that awaits us. Okay. All right. Let me unmute you, Kali.
Thank you everyone for your poems. It's been quite a month of just like death all around, you know. Just recently we had someone's spirit just leave us halfway here and then leave us at the hospital, you know. But this poem I wrote was also for a theater person that passed away called Kondem Shanga, you know. So first of all, you know, much love to Nick Gasco, wherever he is now, and much love and respect to Kondem Shang. So this is for Kondem Shang. There is no art in tears, but Africans are still colorful when we cry. We roll on the ground as if asking the ground directly, using our skin, why it cannot just close up again and dig itself and grow flowers like other normal soils, instead of swallowing those flowers up as wreaths in open graves. Some of us let out such a piercing cry, such that the gods themselves hide for the whole afternoon in shame, until we call gods by their names and tell them, no need to hide, receive your child. In another reality, perhaps a life policy would be paid out in actual days saved when one was alive. Savings that buy you an extra day. Savings kept in a joint account owned by all those that invested in your well-being. A kiss here, $1 there, a prayer sent from when life tested us, sent from within without any strings attached to a grenade pin. Wouldn't it be an amazing thing to know that for each year that one lived, they accumulated enough days to come back and breathe? Just one more day, according to the investors. Just imagine how well we would treat each other, knowing that the ones who left for the other realm can only be accessed by those who invested in their joy. And that those whose guilt wore a miniskirt the very morning that they left will not have a claim in their name, or even a single second borrowed to start all over with them again. There's no art in tears, but Africans are still colorful like art when we cry. We rip off our clothes as if to expose the world to the nakedness of our grief. Because now who will clothe us after we have overused the ones that we're putting on now? In another reality, a different season, a different weather, where we could get together as investors and say today we withdraw a day full of breath for Kondem Shanga, a day full of breath for Clive Chigubu, a day to just do and say all the things we wished when they were alive. But only if we had cared enough to invest in their smiles. One smile here, a laugh over there, a letter sent when no one else cared, or even just a child's poster. A love fostered from that part of a people's soul that says love. A love that endures hand in hand, like my ghetto and Amakosi. In another reality, in another theater of dreams, where every soul that a person who touched and changed someone, everyone that they touched, they accumulate passive income every time that person wins. So that someday, should they leave for the land of their ancestors, we get together and remember how they touched all these people, like Raised on By, like Andrew Moyo, like Makati Case, like Beata Mangete, like Alois Moyo, like Pedzi Size Toy, and many more grains of sand that passed through their hands that would put all deserts combined to shame. That way we can sit down and decide that you can go with him for a day with this life, You can go with him for a day with this life. Order anything you like. Ask them anything you want. Because that card is yours too for withdrawing their essence. So in another reality, where the flowers for the dead are from gardens we grew in their backyard while they were still living. So that when they are inside their graves and we're leaning over and throwing those roses, we are not throwing them roses that they never smelled before. Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. And we are holding space with you for your losses, for the people who have left you on this
Blessings, brother. Blessings.
Thank you for pouring that out with us, brother. Thank you.
Full tribute to you, brother.
That dude is so inspirational, man. Peace and blessings for all your losses. Please keep inspiring people. You are incredible, brother.
We know they're not gone, but they're listening tonight. They're listening tonight, and they're sitting with the moon going, well done, brother.
Thank you for sharing them with us. Again, you didn't have to. So we thank you for saying their names. So may honor them properly in this space and beyond. Whether you know it or not, by doing so, you've immortalized them, right? When you put them in your writing, they live forever, because that lives beyond you. So we thank you for bringing them into forever with all of us together with you. I thank you, all of you, for being here with us, for choosing this space to share your energy with. We give you love to replace what's been taken from you in the week. And I'm going to open your mics so that you can love on each other, say the things to each other that you wish somebody would say to you, whether it goes good on Friday or it don't, okay? And find yourself here next week, Thursday. Find yourself at the New York, if you feel so inclined, on the 13th of August for our hybrid and our karaoke with Paul Conqueso. Find the people in the room, make the connections, go to the workshops, push yourself because you can. Okay? All right. Let me unmute. Y'all be loud, and I'm going to count down for Advocate. I'm going to say a number and then something for you to take with you. All right? Unmute. Be loud.
Thanks, everyone. It's good to see all of you.
Ray J.
Ray J.
Hope is hosting the Zoom verse. Give it up for Ray J.
Enjoy the rest of the week and your
Shout out
weekend.
to the folks.
Inspire someone.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Make sure someone
Thank
you
all.
win at the same time.
Listen
to all the new poets.
Winners with words.
Write it
the
out.
magic of words.
If you can't,
Always.
talk it out.
Always.
3,
Always.
love yourself to
Always.
death.
Always.
2, we love you if you don't have no
After
space
party.
for yourself. And 1, don't forget to give your well first.
Yes.